You want me to also,
All right, so
I have a question. Do you also want me to turn on my calculator?
if you want to follow along, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That'll be good. But you can do it later. You don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload this to YouTube once we're done, and so you can go out there and watch it again if you
Okay.
need to. All right, so let me start with this. All right, so we're gonna be doing question number 23. It's basically an equation that has an x and it has an a, and it says they want us to solve for x in terms of a. All right, normally we're solving for x and it's just gonna be a number, but in this case, we're solving for x and it also is gonna have the letter a in it. Now, so here is the thing, Naija, that you gotta understand. When you are looking at this, you see I drew that line down the middle because I'm gonna
Yeah.
graph this and I'm gonna find the intersection. But before I can do that, I need to put a number into A. And the reason I'm doing that is basically I'm going to use a number in for A and then I'm gonna solve for X. And then I'm just gonna go down here to the answer choices and figure out which one is the correct one. Now, here's one thing that you should see. You should be, because it has an equal sign, you should be thinking, I can graph it. That's one thing. But the other thing that you should see is each one of these answer choices has a in it. So it has the variable a. So as soon as you see that, you should be thinking, oh, I can store a number for a. And that's what we're gonna do. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right, so now I'm just gonna go to the calculator and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it on the calculator. All right, so here, let me get the calculator up. All right, can you see my calculator?
Yes.
All right, let me make this just a little bigger. All right, so now the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the calculate page and I'm going to store number into A. What number would you like to store into A? You choose it.
6.
All right, so we're gonna take 6 and we're gonna store it into the letter A. Boom, it's done. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to go back to the graphing menu and we're going to, just like I told you, now whenever you have an equation, you can split the equation into two functions and then find the intersection. So let me show you that one more time. So I'm gonna go to the iPad. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this part, let me get a different color. I'm gonna take this part and oh shoot, that's not it. I'm gonna take the left-hand part, gonna put it into F1, and then I'm gonna take the right-hand part and put it into F2, just like that, all right? And then I'm gonna find the intersection. So here, so first thing I do is do tab, and I'm gonna do control divide, and then I'm gonna do x minus 1 over 2. And then over here, I'm gonna do minus, and I'm just gonna put that a over 4. Now we put the number 6 in there, so we should be good, but I'm just gonna type the equation in, and then I'm gonna press enter. Now can you see the line?
Yes.
All right, you see this blue line. Let me do one more thing, menu 2, 2, 3, because I wanna have the lines on there. Now, so that's the one function. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to tab, and I'm gonna enter the right-hand side. So this is gonna be control divide, and then it's gonna be 3a over 4. And then I press enter. Now, here's the red one up here. Now you can see that they intersect over here to the right. So watch what I do. I'm gonna grab the graph paper. Well, I'm gonna try to grab the graph paper, and I'm just gonna pull it over until you can actually see the intersection.
And that's where they intersect.
Exactly, and that's the answer. So watch. So now I'm just gonna press enter. Now I'm going to use menu 64 and I'm gonna find out what the X value is, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the X, not the Y, the X. So I'm gonna do menu 64 and I'm gonna come here to the left and then I press enter and then I pull it to the right. So what's the X value?
Wouldn't it be 4, right?
What's the X value?
Wouldn't it be
X coordinate.
Wouldn't the X coordinate be 13?
It is 13, not the 4, it's the 13. It's always the first one. The X always comes first, Naija. So it's 13. So now that I know that the answer is 13, I am going to go to my answer sheet, and you see these answer choices right here?
Yeah.
I'm going to key each one of these in, and one of them should give us 13, and that's going to be the answer. So watch.
Okay.
So here I go. I am going to go to the calculator part, and I'm going to key in each one of those choices. So I'm going to go control divide. So it's going to be 3. The first answer choice is 3A over 2. Oops, got the A. 3A over 2. And then I add 1. So I go plus 1. And I get 10. Was that our answer?
No.
What was our answer?
13.
Exactly. So that's not the one. So what you should do is you should go there and you should cross that out, because that's not the answer. Now I'm going to do the next one. I'm just going to do A plus 1. A plus 1. Is that the answer?
No.
All right. So I cross off number 2. Now I'm going to do number 3. It's going to be control divide. It's going to be 4A plus 1
Plus 2. I mean,
over 2.
over 2, I mean.
And then I press enter. And that gives me 25 over 2. Is that the answer?
No. So number 4 will be it.
Yeah, but we're going to check it anyway. So we're going to go 2A plus 1. And there we have it. It's 13. So number 4 is our answer. So if we go back, we get rid of this one, this one, this one, and our answer is number 4. Now,
okay.
So let me go back, because I want you to understand. I'm going to erase this. And here's what you should see. Here's the things that you should be looking for, Naija. When you're taking the Regents exam, these are the things you should be looking for: the equal sign. Because as soon as you see the equal sign, you should say, oh, I can graph this. Right? But the other thing is, in this case, since they're not all numbers, we have another letter. You should be looking at that letter and going, I got to get rid of that letter because I can only graph X's, right? So, or I can only graph X's, and if it's not an X, then the other letter has to have a number in it. And if you look at the answer choices, you see that every answer choice has an A in it. So that should tell you, oh, I can store a number into A. So then we're going to store a number for A. And it doesn't matter what number you use. Don't use 0, don't use 1. But other than that, any number that you want to use, you can put in there. And once you store the number for A, you just go and you graph this right down the middle. Whoops. Right down the middle. This part goes into F1 of X. This part over here goes in F2 of X. And then you use menu 64 to find the intersection. And whatever the X coordinate is, not the Y coordinate, but the X coordinate, that's the answer. And one of these should match it. Got it?
Yes.
All right. So I am going to stop recording, and but I'm still on the call. I'm just going to stop recording.